Hello, everyone. Welcome to my Virgo channel. I hope that all my beautiful Virgos are doing great. Now, cross watchers, you're always more than welcome to sit in and watch. Know that energies are fluid, so you may even resonate more with this reading than Virgo, though know that you have to interpret the message as it best resonates for you. Also know that readings can be past, present, future, and know if something comes up that already happened, a lot of times it's because spirit wants you to revisit the situation. There's probably something that will intuitively trigger you to understand why. Again, maybe something that's unfolding in your life at the present moment that information is relevant to. So we never know. Again, spiritual energy is actually like magnetic energy. So the more dominant the energy is, usually what I notice is who the message is for. Again, may resonate for. Doesn't mean actually, when we look at readings from all different perspectives, we can actually see how everyone benefits from a reading, but we can really see whose energy is dominating a reading is what I'm meaning to say. Now, those of you that are new to the channel, this is again strictly just a Virgo channel. Though if you're looking for other sign placements, you want to check out my Psychic Soul Healer channel. Again, you'll notice the card. I always open up my readings with my card because I like to look at the spiritual blocks, the karmic lessons, whether this is a trauma bond. What is the energy that is dominating your situation? Because a lot of times we can take things personally, especially if we're dealing with the soulmate twin flame. This is a healing channel. So being able to see your situation from a different perspective is very healing. It allows us to not take things personally, which allows us to be able to surrender in order to see a different perspective, which is healing. We have to always integrate the spiritual lesson. And that allows us to see ourselves differently, the other person differently. But it's hard to do that when we take things personally. And again, we tend to do that with the people that we love and perceive that they should love us the same way that we love them. We do this unconsciously. So anything that you guys need to know, by the way, about the channel, you can find in the description box down below. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Again, comment in the comment bar. If you write the word healer, and I know that you watched this video, you may win a free psychic reading with me. Again, every week I will be pulling to see who wants to get a free psychic reading. The only catch is you need to do it live, okay? So that's, again, just write the word healer in your comment box and subscribe, obviously, to the channel. So those three things can get you to win, again, a free psychic reading with me. Now, without further ado, let's check out and see what is the energies. Again, first, we're going to look at the spiritual energy. Again, the karmic theme, the spiritual issues. Okay, first card out, virtue. Now, virtue is usually, again, a high vibration, right? It's, again, high character, high morals. So this, Virgo, I feel like you are someone that has a high virtue. Again, a high vibration. So this might automatically, I'm feeling like, maybe you feel like you always attract people that are not on your vibration. They may look like it because they have a good job. But again, once you get into a relationship with them or try to get into a relationship with them, you can feel that they're coming at a lower vibration. Lower vibration just means that they're not as secure with themselves. They need healing. They might need a little bit more healing than you do. Okay, self-critical. And so what you see again is that if they're self-critical, they also tend to look at the world critically. And so they're more, again, mental, logical, linear. And so if a person is not coming from a high vibration, we know that their character tends to be more from a survival standpoint and usually more selfish. If self-critical, is again, the out of balance energy will manifest where we unconsciously compensate because it doesn't feel good to beat ourselves up. We don't realize then it's actually there's a chemical change that happens in the body when you're beating yourself up and you're saying, I'm not good enough. I'm not, it's again, and you're judging yourself. So then what happens is we tend to do things outside of ourselves to raise our energy. We do this unconsciously. So you again are connected to someone that's not on your vibration, and there are manifestations that you can clearly see within this person. Now, this could be you, Virgo, but I'm not feeling it. So, again, you're going to have to take this message as it resonates best for you. Okay, intuition. And I do believe that your intuition knows this. And I also believe that this is a soulmate twin flame relationship because your person, again, is also very intuitive. Again, intuitive about you, just intuitive. And again, if they're coming more from a survival standpoint, then and they're sensitive. And when we're more sensitive, because why? Because if you're going in survival mode for long periods of time, you're activating and conditioning your nervous system to live in survival mode. You become more sensitive and your intuition is sharper. But your connection with this person is through the mind, ESP, which is connection through the mind and heart, actually. And so, which tells me soulmate twin flame. There's a lot of energy that's happening in the 3D, not really happening in the physical world. Again, so a lot of mental activity is going back and forth, which is how, again, we know that there's a spiritual connection. Again, permissive, but the person, again, is acting like they don't care. And I feel like you're acting like you're not caring either, too, Virgo, that there's a sense of, because I feel like no one knows what to do. There's a sense of almost not knowing what to do. And, or again, Virgo, I also feel like for some of you that you feel like you know what to do, but and what to do is to do nothing because this person, again, in the fact that they're self-critical and they're not coming at your level of vibration, you don't want to lower your vibration. So you're again acting as if you don't care. So this person is taking it personally and thinking that you don't care about them, not seeing what they're doing is what I'm feeling. So that is the underlying energy of your situation. Now let's look at some of the traumas, some of the behaviorisms that this person is like doing. Okay, they are consumed, no, not emotionally available. So they never really gave you anything emotionally. It's again, they this is no emotional space available, intense and overthinking release the drama. So this person is again self-critical and possibly because they're perceiving that you're better than they are. You're not on the same vibration. They can definitely feel that. There is an intuitive connection. So this is very confusing for a person that's very mental. It's again because someone that's very mental that doesn't normally take into feelings of their emotions and intuition, because when they consider their emotions and intuition, they feel vulnerable and they don't feel comfortable being vulnerable, number one. And possibly because they weren't allowed to do that. So now they're overthinking because they're not trying to utilize their intuition, or they when they are, because it's like showing me that there is an intuitive connection, but that's more, again, you're able to tap into them very well, Virgo, but I also feel like they can with you, but because they overthink, they don't know what they feel. And also they don't trust that avenue of getting information. They trust more to their mental and logical linear mind. So there's a lot of earth and fire energy here, and there's also a lot of intuitive and spiritual energy here. So we see automatically there is a different level of vibration. Two people are vibrating at a different vibrational frequency. One's very spiritual, again, has a higher vibration. Their virtue is high, and one's not coming from the highest vibration, but because of the trauma that they haven't healed, and they are consumed again by this connection that they have, but they can't really figure it out and they don't want to feel vulnerable. So they're trying to navigate and strategize how to deal with you, Virgo, is what I'm feeling. But they don't know how, because again, they would normally try to deal with you from a mental standpoint, but that's not going to fly. And so again, they're also in denial. They don't want to really believe that this relationship is like as deep and as close as it is to them. Again, that they care as much, which happens when a person doesn't know what to do. This person, again, I feel like, Virgo, that you're the catalyst for their healing, which again, I had that storyline a little bit yesterday that you were the catalyst, and here it is coming up again. But this is more from, again, a denial standpoint. You're making this person look at themselves because it's consuming them, but they don't want to. It's, again, which is a part of their healing. It's, again, if a person can't share their emotions, can't share their feelings, because again, they don't feel good about themselves, then again, you're kind of like a mirror that this person is looking at themselves through, because you're drawing out their wounds. Like you're making them look at what they're not doing, and they already feel self-critical about themselves. So now they're going to feel it even more unless they change their perception of the situation. So right now they're in denial, and good thing about denial is eventually we come out of denial. When we continually feel what we're feeling and intuitively are being told, eventually we listen, regardless of how long we're in denial for. Something usually happens. It's, again, anxiety, and they have anxiety about it because I feel like they know that eventually something's going to happen, whether or not you move on from this situation, Virgo. Now, you may not be with this person because, again, I feel like you're on two different vibrations. There's not enough of the storyline yet. There's just the spiritual. We're going to look at where you are. But from right now, from what I'm seeing is, again, you're in a relationship with somebody that's on a different vibration. And that might not mean that you guys are actually together, but there's a spiritual connection. Both of your hearts are connected. Your mind is connection. There's an ESP connection, which means that there's a very strong spiritual connection. So it may not be physically rooted, but it's, again, one that is spiritually rooted. And the more that we think about something and have emotion towards something, we are eventually going to manifest it. And this is what I believe that the anxiety is about, because the person wants to stay in denial, but they can't because it's consuming them. Which happens when a person's like, it's too difficult. This relationship is too difficult, which is exactly what I feel from your person, Virgo, that this person, you challenge them. You challenge them because you don't do the norm. But in the fact that you're not doing the norm is actually what is keeping this person connected to you. Because, again, their ego, they're used to getting things a certain way. And being that they're not right now, they're also being self-critical because they also know that they didn't really treat you on the level that you deserve. I don't think that they believe that you knew the level that you deserved. And because they're intuitive. So I believe that maybe when they met you, you were, not that you were not confident, but maybe you were more humble. Maybe you weren't as far out there. I feel like people are starting to notice you more. I feel like for some, now this is a sign, is going to be for a selected few, that a few of you guys moved into like new towns and just met this person. So when they first met you, they see you as a different person from who you are now, which is making them confused also. But there is still this intuitive connection, though they don't know what to do. So they're kind of acting like, I don't care. They're hoping that in the fact that they show less, that for whatever you'll give more, which again is another sign that they're not vibrating at the same vibrational frequency that you are, because of the fact that they're playing games a little bit. Right? Again, somebody that's not emotionally intelligent is someone that is not emotionally intelligent is going to play a lot of games. Again, in order to hide, like, again, their feelings. They're so, again, that your person, I feel like, is so vulnerable. I want to see what the hidden truths are. Again, I want you, which we know this because the person is doing everything to fight it. But, and we know it, that's why they're going to manifest you, because they again want you. They're fighting it, but doesn't mean that they're not. I regret lying to you. Again, this person was vibrating at a low vibrational frequency. Soulmate twin flames make us look at our own behaviors. They make us look at who we are, what we do. So, of course, this person regrets lying to you. I left you before you could leave me. Again, very common. Again, for someone that's not vibrating at your level, they're trying to protect their heart. And remember, their ego is all about survival. And a person that has a lot of trauma forms a lot big ego. They do this unconsciously, and the ego is made up of their thought patterns, but also their behaviorisms and habits. And so there's a sense of, you need to chase me, you have to overgive, you have to overshow me in order for me to feel confident. And because you were on a different vibration, you weren't doing that. You're confident with yourself. This person's not. So there was a sense that you didn't really need to do that. And I believe that your person was like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Like you actually called their bluff. They thought that they were going to play all these games and that you were going to run after them. You didn't. And so I believe you didn't do anything. You didn't run after them. You didn't leave. You just didn't do anything. And so they left because they didn't know what to do, but they also weren't willing to give. We can look at it through that way too. And it's like, I didn't realize what I had with you until it was too late. Have you moved on, or do I still have a chance? Again, I think that this person realizes, again, that they played a lot of games and they wasted a lot of time, and that they see that you're a great catch. I think that they could hide you. And for those people that just moved into the town where you met this person or ran into this person, they didn't think that you were going to like blow up. It's almost like for some of you, I feel like some of you blew up like all of a sudden everybody knows you. Where when they first met you, again, you were humble. They looked at you through different eyes, and they also had elevated themselves, because I believe that they were in a different place. And I don't believe that they're in a good place now. So their perception of who they are and who you are has dramatically shifted. Okay, I'm a better person because of you. You inspire me to heal and grow from my past experiences. Which again, that's what soulmate twin flames are really about. It's pulling out all this shit. And the shit is the shadow aspects of self, the parts of ourself that we feel are defective, feel that are not good enough, that actually lower our vibration and actually draw to us the same types of energies that we're trying to get rid of. The parts of ourselves that we don't like, we keep drawing to us, because in other people and in other situations. And it's because we haven't integrated the spiritual lesson. And when this happens over time, people really get in their mental mind. They say, no, 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 I truly cannot be loved, or I truly can't have love, or no, I really can't. I don't have a purpose. I'm not good at anything. I don't know why I'm here. We become so far away from who we are. See, we're unconditional love, which is God. We are God. Just again, we are in energy, and that God is of consciousness, right? So depending on what your level of consciousness is. So this is a story right here that we have two people that possibly, again, really did care about each other, really did love each other, but they're on two different vibrational frequencies. And sometimes this happens because, again, right before you meet the person that you're supposed to be with, because it's almost like a karmic test. So this is like soulmate twin flame, like where they're like, oh, it's not true. Well, it's soulmate twin flame is a hard relationship. So you can look at it like it's a karmic mate, but I believe it's only a karmic mate if you didn't learn the spiritual lesson. And the spiritual lesson here would be in Virgo, you lowered your vibration by going along and with this person and giving them what they needed. They wouldn't want to be with you. They'd abandon you. You would have abandoned yourself. So this person really gave you no option. I want to look at the past life. Like, what is the past life connection here? Why this person felt the need that they couldn't show emotion, why this person didn't give emotion, that there's love here and they just couldn't do it. What has happened in their past life? Spirit, what has happened in this person's past life? What has happened in this person's past life? So again, leaving or traveling. So this is a person that again, I believe that every time they got close, maybe again someone left them or they had to leave, and again every time they left and had to come back, the person changed, was different, and or maybe again somebody that they loved very much, again always had to leave them. And this was not uncommon back in the biblical days, when people had to go to Jerusalem and they lived in Rome, or people that again lived in Egypt and they had to go travel to like far, and they didn't have cars obviously back then. So when they traveled, it was years. And so that created trauma. So then it was afraid, this person has brought over into this lifetime, that they were afraid of abandonment. They're afraid of, intimacy, because every time they get close, someone leaves. Because again, that's what happened in a past life. And then love life. So it's again that it affected the way that they loved their life. But because they do normally love their life and they want to love their life, but there's a sense of, if I'm with you and you leave me, I won't love my life. And right now I do love my life. And I think that that person is normally a loner. So Virgo, you and your person are normally loners or can be alone a lot. So there's a sense of still not knowing how to be in a relationship without being codependent is what I'm feeling also. And the last one is medicine man or woman. So I believe that you were your person's healer in a past lifetime. And the medicine women, again, would use animal totems to talk about how to heal through what a specific animal characteristics have. So the American Indians would use the totems, and they would say, like, an eagle has good sight, far sight, and it's again can zone in on things, and it's very powerful totem. Or a hawk, someone that again sees the entire picture and then can come in, and you don't even hear these birds when they want to come in and swoop up their dinner, whether that's a rat or whatever the heck they eat, right? That they're fast, and that they're, again, whatever the gift is that an animal or insect has, like how an ant is considered to be a hard worker. And we see that when you see a little crumb on the ground, and that ant is using all its weight and all its muscle to pick it up and travel with it, and it moves slow. It might take them like a week to get just across a room with that breadcrumb, but they don't give up and they are able to work together. So that might be a medicine for somebody that has to go to work and they have a hard time working with people, and they again have a lot of anxiety. So it would be, well, work hard, be grounded, again, work with your community, again, the certain medicines. And so you are this person's medicine, they feel. And I think that they are also afraid that they tend to get into codependent relationships, that things tend to start off really hot and steamy and good, but then turn to very bad quickly. Now I just want to look at some love messages. I feel you. Again, and that's what I was saying about the ESP connection, is through the heart and mind. And that's when, again, a lot of times when relationships happen in the 3D, and they happen in the 3D because there is a love, there is a spiritual bond, but there needs to be so much healing on both parties, not just one party. Because also you're getting a person that is a reflection of you, right? So if that person is triggering you all the time, then there's a sense of not really wanting to be around them, but also loving this person. So this is also why there's such a strong connection in the 3D. And we see that because look, this is what came in from a past life that, again, there was healing then back then too. Now, maybe this person was your healer. Again, we know that we live many lifetimes, and we live many lifetimes to learn that we're not separate from God, because God's all knowing. We wouldn't learn that we were not God in just living one lifetime. We make the same mistakes a lot of times in one lifetime. I have sexual fantasies about you. So it's, again, soulmate twin flame relationship, because that there's an intense connection. And the reason why, again, is it's a spiritual connection that the divine has brought together. And the divine has brought together for healing, to elevate both parties, to elevate them in consciousness, and to heal them, to heal their heart due to whatever has happened in their life. So we wouldn't want to stick around long enough to do that work if there was an intense sexual attraction there. And unless we could energetically feel that person feels like home. That person feels like home. So it's, again, it doesn't logically make sense, which is what drives, people crazy when they're in a soulmate twin flame relationship, because it's like, I have 1,000 reasons why I really shouldn't like you, and it's like, and I really feel like I shouldn't like you because you don't treat me well. But it's like I can't help it. It's like it can be a very agonizing relationship where your heart and your mind is just fighting all the time. But it's almost like you have no control over how you feel. These type of relationships, and which is very scary for a lot of people, that especially that won't allow themselves to feel their emotions, that need healing again, and clearly. Whoever you're attached to, Virgo, needs healing. I am filled with regret. Yeah, this person, again, cares about you. It's, again, but they play so many games. And unfortunately, this is what they have to go through in order to see what they have done, how they have contributed to this undesirable life experience of theirs within this relationship. Because they really do love and care, but they made a mess, playing a lot of games, all because they're afraid of you leaving. So they left. It's like, I'm going to do it before you did do it. And it's like, and then this was here. And what's ironic too is what we saw was, see if I can find it. We pulled a lot of cards here, that it said there was one, I regret lying to you, but that wasn't it. It was, I left you before you left me. See, so it's like this person, again, did this because of a past life. So he brought that trauma in from past life, and we see how it played out. It played out in the fact that this person knew that they should have really raised their vibration in opening up their heart and showing their feelings and really giving to you, and they didn't. What they did was they denied it. They were permissive about it. They didn't care. And it's because the relationship gives them a lot of anxiety because it consumes them. They feel like they don't have any control. Now they feel bad because they showed that they didn't give care at all. It's like, I'm not going to care at all, because they were kind of in denial about the situation. They kind of were. So, let's see. And I'm going to end it with, let's see what messages they would want to tell you. This is crazy. We can see this person, Virgo, got in their own way. This is what it looks like when a person sabotages their relationship. They sabotage the good thing, and they know it. And they know it. because that's what they're saying, that they know it. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at the present. Enjoy it. So it's again, this person is feeling like again that you're looking really sexy and beautiful and like you magnetic. And I feel like they feel like you're going to attract someone soon because you look too good. Like they can feel that there's been a shift, which for a lot of you Virgos, I feel like you guys are doing a lot within work, a lot, and again, just out and about and not thinking about this. And so, again, in the fact that you've detached, that's sexy alone. So, look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So, I feel like this is more towards your person, but if there is a connection still, Virgo, with this person after seeing that they're not really stepping up to the plate, there's nothing here that's saying that this person's coming back. Again, what it is saying is that they're in a lot of regret. What they're saying is that they're starting to realize how they contributed to this downfall, to this separation, and again, that this relationship was divine, even if it doesn't go any further, because it made you step up, Virgo, because you couldn't give time here. So you had to put it into yourself. And really, that's why the focus was more on your person. The dominant energy is more towards your person because you're fine. They're in a negative, and they're in a negative because they're healing it. It's again, they're realizing that they screwed up. They played a lot of games. They played a lot of games, and then to protect themselves, they left you before they could, before you could leave them. But it was a real spiritual connection because the person is rising up to become who they're supposed to be. And really, that's what divine relationships are. How do you feel? I want to pull just one more because I'm curious. What do you feel about? What do you feel about your person, Virgo? I'm just curious because I kind of feel like, well, this person is realizing, but I'm just curious what you feel about them. And we're not really going to ask what they're going to do because right now this is where they are. But I'm just curious how you feel. Again, Knight of Wands. You feel like again this person's never going to get it because it's Knight of Wands reversed. So almost like Nine of Wands when it's upright, it's a breakthrough. This person is so there's a sense that you don't feel like they get it, that they're not going to get it either. Now, will they eventually get it? Let's just ask that one question. I said I was gonna end it, but it's like I hate to leave it there. It is them. As far as right now, no. Nine of Cups reversed. So there's a sense of them not being happy, which is where they are right now, which is exactly what I felt. This is an essential part of their healing. Virgo, if you want this person, I feel like if you're patient with them, they will eventually make their way come back because it's a divine relationship and it is making them look at themselves. And I also feel like, again, there's still that connection there, and that connection transcends all time and space. It's unconditional love. So it doesn't logically make sense. So, regardless of what the person did, there's still this unconditional love. But this is an essential part of their healing. And so, without the awareness of what they did and looking at all their behaviorisms and why they did what they did, they would never get to a place that was even on the same vibrational frequency of with you at all. So you can take like some sort of like solace in that. You can, like I said, because this was a hard reading because it's like, well, person just is kind of stuck in their unhappiness and their healing, but like I said, it was due to their behavior and how they treated. So bravo to you, Virgo, for handling it as well as you did. Until next time, be true to you, love yourself, That's always what I say, because the kingdom of heaven's inside of you. And if you like this video, again, give me a thumbs up. Write the word healer in the comment box again, and subscribe to the channel, and you can win a free psychic reading with me. And until next time, guys, be true to you. Bye.